Hello everyone. So this is a demo video of the AWS account replication from account A to account B. So now I'll be logging to my source account with my credentials. And as you can see, this is the source account Selly YouTube project. And we will create the architecture here. So basically, I'm going to change some properties or some configuration in AWS services like S3, Lambda, KMS, and IAM, and we will replicate the same configuration in account B. Let's say I'm creating a S3 bucket here with the name of verified test. So what I'll do, I'll click on verify test, and I have uploaded a data here, data as in some zip folder. So I have taken it from my local, and for let's say properties, I have changed the bucket versioning as enabled. I have added one tag. I have added one default encryption, which is SSC KMS. Now we'll go to the permissions. I've given some permissions as this as on, and the bucket policy as Selly YouTube project and verified test. For the management, I have added one lifecycle rules. So this is all for the S3 bucket. Now we'll move to the KMS. So KMS. Yeah. So KMS is done for the encryption part, without which also it is fine. But let's say if we are using a KMS in our S3 bucket, so this will be helpful for us. Okay, so we have 3 KMS key generated here. So again, this is going to get copied over the second account. Now moving to the Lambda function, we'll again change some properties here as well. As you can see, I have created a function name called test, and then I've added one layer here. Also, I have uploaded the zip folder which was there in the S3 bucket. So it is the same Java code I have uploaded just for an example. And we can see here the runtime setting as Node.js 18.x. Also for configuration, let's say in permissions, I have added the role name as trst2, and the environmental variables, I have set something as key and value. Also for the VPC, the default VPC, subnet, and the security group are here in the account. Now moving on to the IAM policy, I have again changed something in here. Yes. So here I have created total 5 numbers of users, out of which 2 user groups are formed, and in each user group we have 2 users again, like in this 2 users, and let's say here also we have 2 users. And for roles, we have in total 29 roles, out of which extra 2 are, one is the trst2 which we have enabled it in our Lambda function. Also, I have added a dummy role to just copy and check whether it is replicating or not. Now moving to the policies, I have like 12 custom made policy from previous projects, that is this. So I have created a project long back, and these are the custom made policies which we are going to replicate. Now we have to install the Terraform and the Terraformer in our local machine. For that we need to go to the GitHub profile for the Terraformer. So here we have to download the Terraformer. To install the Terraformer, we need to copy this and then paste it in our terminal. And to check if the Terraformer is installed or not, we need to check with this command, and we can see it is all installed. Now moving ahead, we'll install the Terraform. First we need to install the Terraform from here, and then go to the terminal and do the Terraform init to initiate the Terraform. Next we are going to use the access key generated from our source account, and we are going to use this to connect to our Terraformer or local machine. Then we are going to use the Terraform import for whatever services we want to generate the Terraform code for. So I have used the S3, Lambda, KMS, and IAM. Likewise, we can do it for DynamoDB and rest of the services. So it will create a folder name generated in our local machine. So to see, we can write ls-lrt, where we can see a folder name generated. So it will automatically generate all the Terraform code for us. So suppose we want to go to Terraform cd generated. Here if we do ls-lrt, we have AWS account and then AWS. We can see all the different folders for every services. Suppose that we want to see for Lambda maybe. So here all the TF files are generated in our local. Now that we have all the Terraform code generated from our account A, we will try to deploy it to the account B. So let's say I have a different account right here where I will be logging in. So here we can see just to check if our IAM and everything is all empty, we are going to see in our account B, which is Selly Sonam, here we can see only 2 users are available, but back in our account A there were 5 users and here it is 2 users. And why we have 2 users in here? Because just to connect it to the Brainboard. As we can see, we are using a third-party tool that is called as Brainboard, where all our Terraform code is going to deploy and generate it to our account B. So we have connected it through our AWS provider, where we have to click in here and go to cloud providers, and we can see we have 2 active connections of AWS account. With our credentials, we'll go to Shirley admin and I've used the access key and the password for the Brainboard. So we have successfully logged into our AWS account from Brainboard. Now we'll go to the design area, and just to check again, we'll again go to maybe S3 bucket and see if there is some buckets or no. So basically we don't have any buckets in here, and likewise for Lambda we have no Lambda as of now. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a new architecture in Brainboard from our infrastructure and from your local files. Select files, and then I went to the IAM and select all the Terraform files here. Click open. Suppose we want to copy all the configurations all together. We will click add more files again, and then let's say KMS, we'll click these 2 files again. For Lambda and S3, likewise click S3, these 2 files. And for Lambda, let's say for Lambda, open. And now we are going to click on the generate diagram. We will give this a name, let's say architecture 1, create architecture, and then we are going to click on actions, apply. We are going to run the code. So we will allow this some time for the deployment. Basically this is deploying all the configuration to our account B right now. Go here and check for IAM. We can now see before it was just 2 users, and now we have successfully replicated all the 5 users. So in total there are 7. Successfully the source also has been copied here. Also for the roles, we can see we've successfully added 26 roles in here, and for the policies we have successfully added the customer managed, which was 12. So we can see there are 12 managers in account B as well. Now moving ahead with the KMS, as we can see in account B, we have total 15 numbers of keys from our previous projects, which means like again we can see from 15 it converted to 18. So it has again successfully replicated for KMS as well. Now moving ahead with the S3, we have successfully created the verified test 3. Also for the configuration, if we want to see, if you can remember, I've uploaded a data in my account A, which was a Java file, which was in a zip folder. That has not been copied since it is a data. So for data, we have like different CLI commands and tools where we can replicate. So for data, we have to manually upload that zip folder and all. But for properties, like bucket versioning enabled, the tag has been copied, the encryption SSS key KMS has been copied, and the permissions, like we have kept it all block all public access, and the bucket policy, everything has been copied. Even for management, I had one lifecycle rules, even that is being copied. Also for S3 buckets, we need to change the Terraform code a little bit, because for each S3 buckets in every account, there has to be a different and unique name to itself. So if I have, like for account A, the name was verified test 1, but here we can see I have changed the name to verified test 3, because you have to change the name or else it is not going to copy it to the new account, because it is globally unique, and you have to change the name accordingly. Here we'll go to Lambda, and again we can see the test is created. So even in test, we can see one layer is created, and the VPC subnet and security group would be of the default accounts, that is account number B. And for permissions, the TRST2 is all set, and for the environment variables, the key value is generated. So that's all for the configuration replication. Thank you.